I guess growing up brown within like the 90s and like the early 2000s was definitely an experience of otherization in its own. All the negative stereotypes attached to being South Asian, smelling like onions or smelling like garlic, often being told that like, oh, my mom said I can't come to your house to play because if I do, I'll come home smelling like onions and my mom hates the smell of onions. Oh, like, are you super hairy, or are you going to end up growing a lot of hair because all I know about Indian people is that they're super hairy? Are you going to end up having an arranged marriage? When are you going to get married? Are you allowed to know your husband? Anything that's really backward and doesn't really have much of a foundation ended up getting attached to me from a really young age.
Aisha! Play?
Zainab.
Kim, what did your mom say?
She said I can't go over to your house to play.
Why?
She said you smell funny. And then if I go over to your house, I'll smell funny too.
It was interesting when 9/11 came. I was in the 5th grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. There was a shift. I was already the other amongst many brown faces and brown bodies. I was already a different shade of brown. 9/11 really put it on its head, where now I wasn't just ridiculed for silly stereotypes. I was ridiculed because I was seen as a threat to other people and their childhood.
I told my teacher. I've gone to the office. I just don't know what else to do. I mean, I don't even understand why they keep teasing me. Is it because I'm brown? Zainab, is there a bomb in your backpack? Aren't you related to Osama bin Laden? Do you support jihad? I'm none of those things. I'm just me.
Being otherized in connecting with my introverted personality was so overwhelming, where I was just okay with living in seclusion. All of a sudden in this experience, I started feeling relatively comfortable, because at that age I realized here I am in a community where there are white people, different Hispanic people, many people that are Black, but my shade of brown is still not accepted, and maybe I will never be accepted. I kind of saw this as an opportunity where, Noreen, you will never be a popular group, and you need to be okay with this. And you can either allow yourself to be otherized again for your entire high school career and just try to swallow it and try to, either be angry or just try to, turn the cheek. Or you can take this opportunity to say, no, I am not going to be, the cheerleader, whatever, popular type girl. I will not partake in this popularity contest. I will not partake in this social hierarchy. I'm going to self-select my otherization. I'm going to wear hijab. I'm going to be the freak, and I'm going to be okay with being the freak. And if people want to ask me about it, great. If they don't, well then at least when they go off into the real world, they'll see more people like me, and I am going to take this upon myself before they're able to give me that title. That's kind of what gave me my conviction. So oftentimes when people ask me about hijab, they often assume like, oh, your mom probably wore it. You've been brainwashed. You've been conditioned into thinking that hijab is a part of, your background. It's needed, for you to be spiritual. When in actuality, my conviction of starting hijab were probably more political and more rebellious than anything else.
I trust that you have made the right decision. But I want you to fully understand what you are about to do. What you are doing has religious significance. You are making a covenant with God. It's going to be difficult. Others are going to test your conviction. But whatever they say or do, I don't want you to change your mind.
That really stuck by me, because it told me that like I had matured in a way that my mom, who is kind of this token, amazing superwoman in my life, she is able to be proud of me for something that she is very openly saying that she didn't have the courage to do. Whether it's the courage or the interest, who knows. But I think that was really powerful for me, of just really knowing what's to come and bracing myself for it. But what's really interesting is that I would completely say is that before I was purely seen as some South Asian, you smell like onions, you're probably gonna have an arranged marriage. And now there was definitely my hijab. Often people saw that before they saw me. That means they often saw my Muslimness before they saw my Pakistaniness. The biggest thing that I remember weighed my heart was the thought of what happens when I come in tomorrow wearing hijab and someone was like, I just saw your hair yesterday. I don't know what the big deal is. What would happen if that hate, exacerbated? What would happen if I'm already the first South Asian that they've seen? Now all of a sudden I'm also the first Muslim that they're experiencing.
You see that man too? Well, don't look now, he's staring. He's coming this way. Fine, thanks.
Just this past August, it's been 11 years. And I kid you not, I have never once in these 11 years seriously thought about taking off my hijab. I could take my hijab off, but at the same time, and I can, my hair could be flowing and I can look like my Caucasian friend who, she doesn't wear her religion on her head like I do. She looks like any other white person in the United States, but my free-flowing hair would not strip me of my brown skin. And I can wear a dress. I can do my hair in any which way, but I could not scrub the brownness from my skin.